So there is one thing that you need once you get into wood carving and power carving, and that is a proper dust collection system. So in this video, I am going to demonstrate this, and we're just gonna, talk about it. When I first started power carving, there is something that I neglected, and yes, you guessed it, that is dust collection. In fact, you see this video right here? That is me in my living room floor power carving with dust going everywhere. Now don't judge, I had a big dream, and you know what? I'm doing it today. So it's not where you start, it's where you end up. Keep that in mind. But after I had enough of that dust, I decided to get a dust collection system. So yes, after I was done, I took my little hand vac and vacuumed everything up, but dust was still everywhere. And you know what? Tools is something that you gather over time. I now have a dust collection, so no worries. So when I first started wood carving, there weren't that many videos over dust collection, and everyone that I found was really impractical to my setup, so I didn't want this big, huge machine. And I know a lot of people don't want a big machine for dust collection, especially if they don't have a huge shop like I do, because I'm in a studio here teaching you as I go along. So one of the better options that I found for my carving style and where I'm at is a portable desktop dust collection unit. One thing that I really needed was for it to be as quiet as it could be, and also for it to have high airflow. So after a lot of research, this is why I chose this one right here, the PSI Woodworking DC725 Portable Tabletop Dust Collector. Yes, it's a mouthful. Spoiler alert, this thing is pretty awesome. We're gonna get to the demonstration in just a second. Now, one thing I love about this is the all steel frame construction of it. It covers the whole unit, and you can tell that it's not cheap, that it's made to be heavy duty. The handle on top of the unit makes it great for portability. It honestly feels like a toolbox. There are 3 individual fans inside of this, which make up for the 725 CFM, which is the cubic feet per minute. Going to the side, you will see the low and high knob. Now when you turn this, you can hear it click, and you turn it on, then you can change the amount of airflow between low and high. And to the side of the power knob, this unit has 2 115 volt outlets, which is very convenient. And below that, you will see the storage area. This is where the power cord is kept. So when you're through with it, if you need to move it, you can just stash it up in there for just quick convenience. That way you can move this around. Now moving to the front of the unit, you can see where the air filter goes. Now if we remove this air filter, I want you to look at something. Do you see the 3 fans behind the grate here? The 3 fans is pulling a suction, and this is how this whole thing works. And those fans are gonna spin, and it's gonna pull a suction, so any particles of dust, wood, debris, smoke, they all get sucked into the self-containing filter right here. Also, I will post a link to Amazon to all the tools I use, including this dust collection system, below in the comments and in the description. The pieces of plexiglass you see on the top and the sides right here are called barn doors. The purpose of these is to control the direction of airflow. We can lower the top of it or make it higher. Now when we lower this, it's going to create more of a suction because of the way that the air is pulling. And so when we raise the roof of this and go like that, this allows for larger carvings right here. The Velcro on this allows for easy portability because you can just pull that off right there on the top and the sides, and you can just move this around if it's not stationary. Just a quick tip, after you are done carving, take this filter outside, beat it up against a brick or the ground, and get a lot of the dust out, and just put it right back in there. You will be able to reuse this filter for a long time before getting a replacement. Okay, we are fixing to test this machine. I have a small piece of basswood I'm going to test, as well as some cedar here with some tissue paper. I will be using a Fordham SR series with this Fordham structured tooth bit. If you're not careful with this, this will just eat up your hand, and I've done it a few times. It doesn't feel too good. So I'm using this because it creates a lot of fine dust. So let's get started. I'm just going to turn this on full blast because that's what we are all here for. Okay, we're going to turn this knob on the side. Okay, here we go. Full blast. Wow. Even from here, you see the dust blowing? Wow. Now I'm going to use a Dremel light with a sanding drum right here. Oh yeah. Let's try this piece of cedar right here. Okay, I am pretty impressed with that. What about you guys? I'm having a nerd out moment right now. So if you look closely, you can see all of the debris in the filter right there. Now, what we're gonna do next is just take a hand vac and get where all the self-contained dust out of the front. Now, the next thing to do is to turn this on its side right here, go out and shake it off. This will extend the life of the filter, and it will last a long time. Now, I want to point out something. You see all the dust and debris right here? This is totally normal, and what you want to do, just take your shop vac and just vacuum that out. Now, you will notice small bits of dust that kind of gets past there and underneath the fans, which is totally all right. Everything is sealed off in there, including the fans. And if I wanted to get technical with it, we could turn this, take the barn doors off, turn it upside down, and kind of shake it clean. This also works for wood burning. You see this razor hot tip right here? It's already cooling my tip off. Do you see that? I'm pulling smoke from it. So do I recommend this? You guys saw the power of this and saw how the grain was shooting back this way, but it ended up catching it and taking it back in. I think that was pretty impressive. So do I recommend this? You bet I do. And no, PSI is not sponsoring this. They don't even know who I am. This is my complete unbiased review. So let's talk about pricing. I have done a ton of research on all of the portable units like this, and this is by far the cheapest. At the recording time of this video, it's on Amazon for around $190. And now compared to the other units I was seeing, I will not call any names, at $400 and $500, I believe that that was profiteering and price gouging, to be honest with you. After I have seen the performance and the quality of this, I am very comfortable with spending that amount of money for this unit right here. I believe it was well worth it. Are there other cheaper options out there for dust collection units? You bet. You have to ask yourself this question: what purpose is it gonna serve, and will it serve my purpose the best? Catch what I said? This right here served the best purpose for me. I didn't want to shop back with a cyclone feed and the loudness of it and the way it's set up. A lot of people do the downdraft table. I don't want to do that because I'm filming it in a studio here. This serves my purpose, and this is great when you don't have a big place to put it in. With a 23 to 24 inch footprint, I think this will work great for a lot of people. So the initial investment will pay off. I honestly wish I would have gotten this sooner than I did. So if you made it this far, I have some special news for you. I have a free beginner's guide to power carving with a Dremel. Yes, you guys can download that below. And if you do not see the link, it will be up in a few days because of the recording time of this video. I just want to tell all of my subscribers, fans, and friends that I made on here, thank you so much. I have some news I want to share with you. I am starting up a Patreon page after many of you have asked for it. I was really, one of those things about Patreon, I was kind of scared to do it because, but you know what? It's not about that anymore. It's about supporting something that you believe in. And honestly, guys, if it hadn't been for you already, I wouldn't have been doing all this. I had no idea that this was gonna happen. And if you don't see it right yet, it will be up in a matter of a few weeks or so after I get everything properly set up. So I just wanna tell you guys thank you. Another way you can support the channel is by buying merch just like this. If you're saying Patreon's not for me, that's all right. This has been just so beyond me, the friendships that I have made on here. I don't have it all together. I'm learning as I'm going. I'm not out there in it to make millions and millions and millions of dollars doing this. I just want to awaken the creative fire in you guys. If I'm sharing something that's helpful to you, that's what I'm in it for, whether I get anything back or not. So I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.